What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. Dugai, coming at y'all with another episode of Dropping Dimes with Mr. Dugai. Woo! It's a big one, yo. And today I'm going to preview and predict Monday night's matchup, NFC East showdown between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys. Before I get into this video, for everyone, if you want to give me a follow on my social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, I'm going to have all that information down in the description box. May not always get a chance to respond to questions and comments on these videos, so feel free to DM me. And whenever I get a chance to, I'm going to get back at you. Come holler at your boy. Also, if you're a Madden 22 player on Xbox One, I'm going to have my Xbox One gamer tag down in the description box also. I'm gonna have a beeping noise that y'all gonna hear. Just disregard that. And I apologize for the inconvenience. Eagles, Cowboys, hated rival, my rivalry, Monday night football for the whole world to see, including Peyton and Eli. Uh, First last week, for Dallas, they went on the road, took on the LA Chargers in a very weird game. Had a lot of penalties, a lot of big plays called back, turnovers in the red zone. Dallas coach basically nearly giving this game away. Um, but they to their credit, they got it done. You got to give it to them. And for my Eagles, we took one on the chin. Lost 17-11 to the San Francisco 49ers. And a real a game where we just missed a whole bunch of opportunities in the first half to build a little bit of separation. 49ers got a little settled. They're a more veteran-laden team. And they escaped out of Philly with a win. So here we are, 1-1. Both teams looking to take a little bit. Washington gotta play Buffalo on the road, which is a game they could lose. So you could say this game could very well be for the early first place lead in the NFC East, and we know 1-0 in the division. But before I break down the matchups from each side of the ball, I do want to let Dallas Cowboy fans know something going into this game. Since we got last week out the way, want to let them know something going into this week before I get professional and break this thing down. When it comes to all you Cowboy fans, I want to let y'all know something sincerely from the bottom of my heart. I don't like y'all. I can't stand y'all. I sincerely hope we punish y'all this game and make a real statement. Since I got that out of the way, now let's look at the matchups. First off, with the Philadelphia Eagles defense going against the Dallas Cowboys offense. First, looking at Dallas offense, they're missing Lyle Collins, who's a very good right tackle for them. He's suspended a few games. But they got some really good offensive linemen, particularly Zach Martin at guard and Tyron Smith at left tackle, who've been doing it for like a very long time. Seems like they have one of the better offensive lines in the game, so you got to give them credit for that. Dak Prescott, quarterback, he's been good this year for the most part, throwing the football, especially that opening night game against Tampa in Tampa, coming off of a very bad ankle injury. He seemed to come along. He seems fine. He's throwing the football well, moving around a little bit well. You got to give him credit for that. Ezekiel Elliott and Tony Pollard in the backfield. A lot of Skip Bayless calls them thunder and lightning. Me personally, I call them Timon and Pumbaa. Like I call them Timon and Pumbaa. Tony Pollard is Timon. Ezekiel Elliott is Pumbaa. But hey, they're effective. Tony Pollard is a speedster back, not the biggest guy, but if he gets a little crease, he could really hit it up there and get a lot of yards running down the field. And Zeke Elliott, though I call him Pumbaa, he's still a big physical. He don't have the speed to me that he had, the breakaway speed that he had when he first came into this league. He's a lot heavier now, but he's still obviously a really good running back, a pounder, really good at running the ball between the tackles, getting physical yards and short yardage situations. And he's very underrated aspect of his game is he's devastating at picking up the blitz. Their wide receivers, they're missing Michael Gallup, which is a big loss for them because he gives them three really good, legitimate receivers that could hit you on anywhere, any area of the field. But he's gone. But they still have Amari Cooper, who is one of the better route runners in the NFL over the last few years or whatnot. CeeDee Lamb is a young, exciting, explosive wide receiver. He is a little inconsistent at times with drops, but you know that he's a big play waiting to happen every time he step on the field. And Dalton Schultz, he's not somebody that you're gonna look at to pick up for your fantasy team or nothing like that. But he's somebody who seems to get open when he needs to get open and he makes catches. Then when you look at the Philadelphia Eagles defense, the D line big loss this week, man. Brandon Graham tore his Achilles. He will be out for the remainder of the season. Big loss. Not only is he always one of the guys that leads the NFL in pressures on the quarterback, and he had double digit sacks last year, but he's really good in the run game. Like he sets the edge against the run. And I think that's where we're gonna miss him the most. Seems like we're gonna still have his leadership. He's talking like he's still gonna be on the sidelines and stuff like that and playing as a de facto extra D line coach and motivator. But we're gonna miss his play on the field, and like I said, especially setting the edge in the run game, because you know Dallas gonna want to try to run the ball. 49ers did get some success once he left the game at running on the edges. But in steps Ryan Kerrigan, a guy who is very familiar with Dallas Cowboys from his time spent over the last handful of years or whatnot with the Washington football team, you know, doing his thing on the edge. A guy that's been to Pro Bowls, though he's a little longer in the tooth now. Fletcher Cox is obviously a disruptor. He's been quiet up to this point this season, facing a lot of double teams, but this is a game he's gonna go up against Zach Martin. This is a game where you need Fletcher to come out in the bright lights and really show the world that he definitely is indeed the top number two D tackle in the NFL, only of course behind Aaron Donald. Javon Hargreaves have had a really good start to the season, both games. Not only getting pressure on the quarterback, but also getting a lot of TFLs, getting tackled for losses on running backs in the run game. Josh Sweat, Derek Barnett. Derek Barnett is somebody I'm very disappointed in right now. Is not really giving us any production. He's giving us more personal foul penalties than production. And Josh Sweat is somebody who, on obvious passing situations, could get in there and get after the quarterback. The linebackers, you know, they haven't been terrible. They haven't been great, but they haven't been terrible. Eric Wilson and Alex Singleton are two guys who fly around a little bit and make plays. And the secondary, look, I've said it over and over again. This is the best Eagles secondary that we've probably had since the Lito Shepard, Sheldon Brown, Brian Dawkins, you know, Michael Lewis days. This is a good secondary. You with Darius Slay, Steven Nelson really solidifies that number two outside cornerback position for us. And safeties, we still waiting on Rodney McLeod to come back. But Anthony Harris is out there flying around, and also Marcus Epps slash Kavon Wallace is holding it down while Rodney McLeod recovers, you know, from his ACL injury. The key for the Eagles is stopping the run, stopping the outside running plays. I feel like the Eagles secondary is going to match up solid against the Dallas Cowboys wide receivers. We're not throwing Michael Jacquet out there like we did last year in Dallas that they just absolutely toasted. Or Jalen Mills or somebody like that. These are two solidified, you know, good corner. I ain't gonna say great, but good cornerbacks, good veteran cornerbacks that's not gonna continuously get beat over the top. So I think we'll hold up somewhat good in the secondary. And, you know, for us, up the middle would be all right. I think it's stopping the outside run games when you got Zach Martin pulling around, leading the way for Pollard and Zeke, especially with Brandon Graham missing. I think that's the key to the Eagles' defense to have success in this game is stopping those outside running plays, off tackle and sweeps and stuff like that. Other side of the ball, you know, Eagles offense going up against Dallas defense. First looking at Dallas defense, they're missing DeMarcus Lawrence, who's somebody who I honestly has given us trouble you know, for the most part over his career. And Randy Gregory, I'm not sure if he's going to play yet or not. I don't really know what's up with him. But Michael Parsons, their first round rookie, has stepped in and done a good job for them as a defensive end, which just shows you his versatility. And then in the second level, they linebackers. Jalen Smith is somebody who can make plays, but at the same time, overrun and be out of position on a lot of plays. Lathan Vanders is another guy that can make some plays at the linebacker position. So they got some solid linebackers. Two guys who one was a first round pick, one would have been a first round pick had it not be for his knee injury. Then in the secondary, they got Trevon Diggs, the second year, second round cornerback from Alabama, who is somebody who is a ball hawk, but at the same time he gives up plays and gives penalties. And the rest of the secondary, they're gonna look like I seen earlier. They're gonna be missing Keanu O'Neal. So there's plays to be made in that back end for Dallas if you could protect your quarterback. Then you look at the Eagles on offense, a disappointing performance last week against a San Francisco 49ers defense that has a lot of playmakers and talent on it. The offensive line, we missing Brandon Brooks. That's a big loss, but we're gonna see what Landon Dickerson is made of. Rookie second round pick from Alabama, who was expected to be our future at center, but he's gonna start at right guard this game. And I'm curious to see how he do. Big guy could really maul people. So I'm curious to see how you do. Lane Johnson's out there going to most likely be going up against Michael Parsons. Lane Johnson's one of the better right tackles in this league. Let's see if he could go out there and let that be known against the rookie. Jason Kelsey obviously does his thing. Sam Malo, Jordan Malata. It's a solid offensive line. The backfield, Miles Sanders. Only issue I have with the Eagles in the running game is short yardage situation. No word yet on if we'll activate Jordan Howard for this game, just for like, because we struggle with short yardage situation. Miles Sanders, as good as he is as a speed slashing running back, he's not the biggest back in the world, and he struggles at times putting his head down and going north and south. A lot of times he goes too much east and west. And Kenny Gainwell is more of a scat back, third down back. He's not somebody that you're going to give a lot of handoffs to. He's somebody you try to get the ball to in space or make him run routes and throw him the football and get him the ball in that magnitude. Jalen Hurts, I like him a lot. Wasn't a great game last week. Wasn't a great game by the whole offense. Hasn't turned over the ball yet, knock on wood. But he's been good, getting rid of throwing nice passes, running, beating people with his legs. I have a lot of confidence in him. Look like Zach Ertz just got activated off of the COVID list, so it look like he will play this game. Dallas Goddard. I do want to see way more opportunities though for Dallas Goddard than Zach Ertz. Ertz is getting up there. He's not the player he used to be. But Dallas Goddard is an emerging tight end who we didn't use enough, I feel like, last week against San Francisco. And the wide receivers, they hit a home run and then they struck out. Atlanta, they was really good. San Francisco, they wasn't so good. Quez Watkins gets the big 91-yard play that turned into nothing. Rager had a touchdown but stepped out of bounds. And Devontae Smith didn't really do anything. He had his first bad game in like 4 years, it seems like, as a wide receiver. So, but I feel like this is a secondary that we got an opportunity to make plays at. Devontae Smith and Trevon Diggs obviously are very familiar with each other by the time at Alabama. You know Diggs is going to have a little bit of an advantage on Smith also, but Smith should have an advantage on him. So we see if that could get him more open and be able to make some more plays down the field. All right, which leads to my prediction, yo. I'm gonna be honest. I really wanted Dallas. I want Dallas to lose every game, like I said. But I wanted them to lose to the Chargers, but at the same time, I kind of found it a little refreshing that they won that game because I'll be honest, I didn't want to play a 0-2 Dallas team in Dallas. I felt like that would be a recipe for disaster. I don't, though it's a rivalry, they're not a terrible team, so it's hard for me to imagine them going 0-3. So I didn't want to face them under those circumstances. Now I wanted us to get a win, but both teams coming in 1-1 with us. it's a level of frustration and wanting to get back out there. We lost a game that we felt like we should have won, especially the coaching staff. For Dallas, they excited. They won a last second game. They coming in with feeling good about themselves. And it's over and over again. I've seen this Dallas team win a game, feel good, and then come out flat the following week. So for me personally, I feel like the Eagles wide receivers gonna be much better this game than it was against San Francisco. I feel like the trenches gonna kind of wash each other out. We our D line against their O line. It's a great matchup. Uh, though their receivers, they're gonna make some plays, but I don't think it's gonna be crazy amount of plays. I think we're gonna do much better offensively this game. I think Jalen Hurts will have a big time performance with his legs, throwing and running the football, getting those receivers involved, running, getting on the edges, and and just moving the ball in that type of magnitude. I think it's gonna be a good game, a competitive game, a fun game. But I like my Eagles to get this win on the road, yo. I got Eagles beating the Cowboys 27-23 to go to 2-0 and 1-0 in the NFC. Can't wait, yo. But with that being said, that's all I got for y'all tonight. Appreciate y'all checking out the video. Hit the like button for your boy. Give me a subscribe. I have Philadelphia Eagles and NFL content throughout the year. Also, tomorrow and every Sunday from 10 a.m. Central to 12 noon Central, I got a weekly radio show I co-host with Mike the Bandit called Big Time Sports Talk. Y'all download the ESPN 1420 app and come listen to the show every Sunday, yo. Also on Monday, right before this game, an hour before this game, I will do a live Q&A pregame show. Y'all come on there from 6 p.m. Central to 7 p.m. Central. Y'all come on there, ask me anything, tell me anything. I answer your questions, respond to your comments, and give you a shout out on the live as we count down to this big time Monday night performance game. It should be a lot of fun, yo. Until then, y'all have a blessed one. Fly Eagles fly.